Hello everyone, welcome to my video today. This is Teresa Dunford, and today I am going to show you 3 masking techniques. So I'm going to start with this set right here, and this is a perfectly perfect flower set from Alta New, and I just need the die cuts out of it. It comes with the stamps and the die cuts, and I'm just using the die cuts. So I've already die cut it, but I'll show you what I did. I took a sheet of releasable Avery stickers, and it's a full sheet, and I just cut what I needed to fit on my card, and I wanted to cover the whole top because we're going to do a couple of things with this, and so I made it just a tiny bit bigger than my card. So my card is 4 inches by 5.5 inches, and I just need to cover the top part. Then I took the die cuts and just die cut it out. Okay, now for the masking technique. What we're going to do is I'm going to use these chalk pencils from they're General's pastel chalk pencils. You can use any color medium you want, if you want to use crayons, markers, watercolor, whatever. And you peel off your mask and stick it on your card where you want it to be. So just going to peel that off and stick it on about right there, and then I'm going to color this in with my pencils. So I'm going to make my centerpiece part first so that I have a kind of a guideline. So I'm just going to kind of draw a swirly center thing there, kind of shaded it just a tiny bit. Alright, and now I'm going to take an orange color. This is actually yellow orange. And I'm just going to draw my petals in. So like I said, you can use any color medium you want and just go around and color in your design. My card's sticking to my table here. So we'll just go around, and as you can see, I'm not being really careful. I'm just kind of scribbling, but it will come out really cool looking when we're all done. And if I had more time, I would go back and do some shading. I will do the shading later, but I have a couple more masking techniques that I want to show you too. So I'm just trying to do this kind of quickly so we can move on to the next part. Alright, so like that's my flower, and like I said, I would go in and add some shading, which I will do later. Now I'm just going to color in the leaf right here the same way. I'm just kind of scribbling it in there. So if you really like to color, this would be a fun technique. And then I will show you on the leaf that I would just put a little bit of shading in there and kind of make it a little more interesting. So I would do that with all of it. Now, don't remove your mask yet. I'm going to take this background stamp, which is script, and we're going to stamp that across there. So let me get out my stamp platform here and just put my card in there and hold it down with the magnet and put this across my mask. And I have this on the rubber side, and I'm going to use my almond ink from Close to My Heart. This is a water-based dye ink. So I'm going to ink up my stamp here, and just stamp it across my flower. on my mask and everything. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to peel off our mask and see what we came out with. It looks really cool. Like I said, if I added shading, it would look even better. So, and with this removable mask, it comes off fairly easy and doesn't tear my paper. You can use sticky notes or whatever you have, but can you see the script across my flower there? There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to put on or stamp on a little sentiment. And I picked out this one. It says, "A note for you." Yep, a note for you. So I'm going to just add that right there. You better hold my card down. Make sure it's facing down. That's one thing I always have to check. Make sure I stuck it on there the right way. Stamp it on my card. And that one is all made. So that was technique number 1. Okay. Let me clean that stamp off real quick and put it back in there so it doesn't get lost, because it's kind of tiny. So I'll fix it later. At least it's in its envelope now. All right, now for technique number 2, I'm going to do this card. So I made my base already. This is a 4, I think it's 4.5 by 4.5. And then I cut my red a 1/4 inch smaller, so it'd be 4.25 by 4.25. And then I cut my white piece a 1/4 inch smaller than that, so it'd be 4 by 4. And we're just going to use the white piece for right now. So, and you need 4 colors of ink, and I decided to do it in fall. So I have Fern. These are all inks from Close to My Heart. There's Fern, Canary, Ruby, and Poppy. And I have this little feather stamp. It came out of this set, which is a Stamper Sampler set. It's called Bird Sanctuary. So I'm using this little feather right here. So I'm going to stamp my first feather, and I'm going to do it in orange. And I'm going to just put it right along this side. Okay, now this is where the masking comes in. So I made 2 masks already, and I'm just going to peel them off. I probably should have done that already too, but I didn't. That came off fairly easy. And I'm just going to stick my mask over that feather that I just stamped. Okay, then I'm going to stamp my next one, and I think I will do the ruby next. You can do it in any order you want. You can do it any color you want. That's all up to you. And I'm going to stamp this one kind of over the mask and up the side. Okay, now since I cut out 2 masks, I'm going to use this one next. And stick it on there. Then you'll see what it looks like when we're all done. So next I'm going to use the canary. Do the same thing. I stamped it partly over the mask and just on my card. And now I'm going to take this mask and move it over so it covers up the yellow feather. Okay, and then we'll stamp our last one in the green. the same way. Just overlap it and up the card. So this one, sometimes that happens. You can eyeball it if you want to and try to get it in there, or you can just leave it. You know, it just kind of gives it a little interest. And then you peel off your masks. And see how it looks like those feathers are one behind another. Now, it would have been really good if you could have seen the green behind the yellow, but since it kind of messed up, you just have to practice. But anyway, that's the idea. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment on that, and I was going to do this thinking of you. So let's hurry and switch that out. And I'm just going to do it in black ink. I gotta ink this one up really good because it doesn't make a good impression. In fact, I'd be better off to put it in my stamp platform, but oh well. So I don't know if you can see what I was doing there, but I had some ink on the edges and I don't want it on my card, so I just rubbed it off with a rag. Now, if you do this the right way and you put your stamp down and you ink it this way, you're less likely to get ink where you don't want it. But I always forget and do it wrong. So hopefully this will come out good because I won't be able to stamp it again. All right, it's better than I expected. It's not great, but it's okay. All right, so let's put that one back in there. Oh, it goes in this one, so I don't lose it. Okay, and then I just take that and stick it on my card back. So we have 2 cards made, and we have 2 masking techniques that we just learned. So isn't that kind of cool? And I probably could do one more leaf up there too if I wanted to, which I probably will. All right, so now I'm on to the 3rd technique, and this one is going to take some time. It's a little bit complicated. I need to turn my platform around and have it on the rubber side. So it just slides out. If you have one of these, you already know that. And we're going to make this card right here. So there's a lot of masking on here. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And it's easier than you would think. So I'm going to put my card in here. And this one will be better off if you put it right in the corner because you're going to be moving it around a lot. So we're going to take this round circle, dotted circle, and put it right in the center. And it came out of a Christmas stamp set, which I don't have out still. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I do have it out, and it's not Christmas, huh? So it's this So Grateful, and it's from Close to My Heart. I don't know if they still sell it, though. I think it was a special for a month, 1 month. But I'm just going to use the circle. So you can find a circle stamp and use that. And I'm just putting it right in the center there. Okay. And I'm going to stamp it. I want it in a softer color, so I have a charcoal gray ink from Close to My Heart. So just ink that up. stamp it on the middle. Okay. Now I made my mask already. So this is one mask that we need for this technique, and we're going to put it over that circle. And if you can see, I kind of cut it a tiny bit smaller because, like on the leaf here, we had that where it didn't stamp. So if you cut it a tiny bit smaller, you'll get a better design out of it, I guess. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. If I can get this mask off. It's good to have fingernails for this. Mine are kind of short right now, so I'm not getting this off too easy. So hopefully I can get it off here. Okay, I think it's coming. There. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, now what we're going to do is take our stamp set, and this one is from Altenew. It's called the Vintage Roses, and it comes with the die cuts, and it comes with this pattern chart, so it shows you how to layer the leaves and layer the roses so that you get this dimensional rose. And we are going to start with the biggest rose in this set, and it has 3 layers to it. So I'm going to take, this is kind of dusty for some reason, so I'm just cleaning it off a little bit. Now I'm going to set that right there, and I'm going to do a leaf while I'm at it so that to save a little bit of time. So let's use this leaf right here. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of stick it on there somewhere. Now, this technique is easier if you have one of these because we are going to be moving our card around a lot. So make sure it's right in the corner so that when you turn it, you know right where to put it back. Okay. Well, that's what I'm afraid of. That might not stick. It's a little dusty, so hopefully it's going to stick. Okay, so I'm going to take, I have 4 colors that I'm going to, well, counting green. So I'm going to use Pixie, Blossom, and Eggplant. These are all from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to start with Pixie, which is the lightest color, and ink up the rose with the Pixie. And I'm going to ink up the leaf with the fern. Now my fern is a little dark, so I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper right here and stamp the leaf on the scrap paper first. And then I'm going to ink up my rose again because I don't want it lightened up. Okay. And then I'll stamp both of those. Okay. Now we're going to flip our card around and do it on the other side. So we don't need to move anything. We just need to ink it up again. So here we go. Ink up our rose. This is layer number 1 on the rose and the leaf. Actually, I'm just going to kind of do that with my finger. Okay. Then I won't have to keep inking up the rose. Okay, so we have that part done. Now we're going to move on to layer number 2. I'm going to set these over here so I can clean them up later. So now we have layer number 2 on, and we're just going to eyeball where it goes. I would need to stick my head right down in there so I could see. So it may not come out perfectly, but it will come out close enough. And we have layer number 2 on the leaf as well. So just line those up as best as you can. And now I'm going to take my second color of pink, which is Blossom, and ink up the rose. And I'm going to use the same color, Fern, but this time I'm not going to stamp it off first. I'm going to use it as it is. So we want to stamp that aside. See, isn't that cool how it layers? Then we're going to flip it around and do the same thing again. Same colors. And stamp. Okay. I'm going to only do 2 layers on this card, but I will finish and do 3, and then I will post that as my thumbnail so you can see how it came out. But to save a little bit of time, I'll just do the 2 layers for now. Okay, then I wanted to do a smaller rose, so we're going to take the same set and we're going to use the so there's 1, 2, third one over. So it's not quite the smallest. It's next to the smallest. And I'm going to place it about right there. And we're going to do a leaf too. So I think I'll just do the same leaf. Okay. So let's put that leaf about right there. All right. Then again, you take your lightest color of pink, which is the Pixie. And with my leaf there, you might want to just do it separately when you have more time. But since I'm trying to save us a little bit of time so you can go create yourself, I'm trying to do 2 of these together. And I don't want it dark again, so I'm just going to take my scrap paper and kind of press it off a little bit. Okay. Now you can see it's not really all there, but when you put the second layer on, it makes up for it. Or you can stamp it again if you want to. That's up to you. Excuse me. I've been talking too much. So let's see if I can get my pink in there without getting it on my green. Okay. If I could just wipe it off with a rag too if I got it on there. So okay, I'm doing the same thing. I don't want it quite so dark, so I'm going to take it off. And actually that was the second layer, but you get the idea, right? Okay. Okay, now I want to do the second layer on this one. Like I said, that was the second layer, so we'll just do the leaf again. And my second flower here is this one. Now, I've done this in all my videos. I clean off my stamps on my arm, get all the dust and whatever off. Okay, so let's line that one up. That seems to be about right. Okay. Then we'll ink it up with the middle color, which in this case I'm using Blossom. Make sure your stamp's facing the right way. And I did get pink on that leaf, so I'm just going to wipe it off and add my green. Alright, I'm going to have to do that again. I think I'll fix it later, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done, and it will look cool. Well, it will look like this one, only different colors. But we're mainly doing the masking technique, and we haven't done the second part of the masking yet. So, well, what did I do with my other ink? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to do it on this side, and then I'll show you the masking part. I gotta wipe off the pink again. Like I said, it'd probably be quicker just to do them separately. But that's okay. Alright, we flipped it over, so we're ready to stamp that. Okay. Alright, so that's 2 layers, and I want to do at least one more layer, but I will do that later off camera. Okay, so now I want to mask off this big flower right here. So nope, that's right. So I made my masks already. I just got to peel it off. Hopefully we can do this quickly. And I made 2 masks so that I wouldn't forget to move it and make a mistake on my card. Because so far, I have plenty of mistakes on my card. That's what happens when you're on camera. Things just make mistakes. So I'm going to ink that right, or mask that right there. And here's my second one. That one came up much easier. And mask this one off right here. And then I'm going to stamp some more leaves. So I want one leaf right there. So it's partly over this mask and it's partly over this mask. And let's grab this one just to save some time, and we'll put it where should we put it? Right there looks good. Okay, so we can ink both of those up, and I want them both light, so I'm going to stamp them on my scrap paper first. Oh, yep, it's holding down. Make sure your card is holding down. There, we can stamp those. And see how it went over the mask? I'll flip it over and do it one more time. off all my paper. Okay, I need to hurry because this is going to shut off on me. All right. So that's the idea. I would go back and put all my layers in. I would take a little dot stamp and put in some filler there. But my video is going to shut off on me, so I just want to show you how this came out. And if you want to see it in more detail, I will just make a video on this card. But I mainly wanted to show you the masking technique. So see how the flower is not stamped in the circle and the leaf is not stamped in the circle, and it looks like it's under the flower. And so that's the technique. I hope it made sense to you. And like I said, I can make another video with this card and show you the full thing. Well, all right. Thank you for watching. I found out that people cannot comment on my videos if they're on their phone. You can comment on the computer. But if anyone knows how to make it so you can comment on the phone, I would appreciate you letting me know, because I have Googled it 100 different ways and I can't find how to do that. I did find that you can comment on your computer, though, on my videos. So just let me know what you think, and have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye.